Welcome to Fundamentals of Strength, Week 7. Today we're going to be progressing things even further to our final forms of our movements. So we can feel free to use any progressions that we used in the last number of weeks, and we'll come to those when we get to them. So no worries there. All you're going to need are some dumbbells or just your body weight. You don't have to weight anything if you don't want. We're going to do a warm-up flow. We're going to do a couple warm-up movements, and then we'll get into our working set, which is going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. But we'll talk about a few adaptations that you might want to work down there when we get there, especially with push-ups and things like that. But we got a lot of things to do, so let's get started. We're going to come down to the floor for flow number 1. So we're going to come into the half kneeling position here. We're going to come down over that front foot. You can bring your hands to the floor, or you can use yoga blocks to boost yourself up if you need. And we're going to bring that knee forward and down, pushing through that back hip. We're looking to open up this hip, mobilize the knee and the ankle. And just start easing into things. We'll go through it twice on each side, so dust off those cobwebs. And then we'll sit our hips back. You can inch this foot forward a little bit. We're looking for hamstring stretch down the back of that front leg. Open up the shoulders, support your back, your spine here a little bit. Breathing. We'll come up to that top position. The same hand as the knee that's down is going to reach up. And a gentle side bend across the body. Anchor the ribs down here and breathe. And then block inside that front knee to keep it over that front foot. We don't want to collapse here. And we'll rotate back, anchor the shoulders down, anchor the ribs down. And then we'll go through that one more time. So we'll come back over the front here, come down over that front foot, pressing that back hip through. Supporting, looking forward to things that come, sinking in a little bit more here into this. Just warming up our tissues, getting some length, getting the nervous system primed, coming into our body. Sitting back, hamstring stretch, support. And then one last reach up. Anchor the ribs down. And then coming down, blocking inside that front knee and rotating back. Breathing, anchor the shoulders down here. Excellent. We're going to go through the other side. So you can switch sides here. And same thing, coming down. Knee forward and down. Keep the front heel on the ground though, so not coming up in the foot, but relaxing the foot and the calf of that front leg. Pressing the back hip through. Maybe things feel different on this side. Maybe they feel the same. Coming up tall, reaching, slight side bend. Feel that pulling all the way down, all the way up. And then rotating back here, anchoring the shoulders down, some abdominal tension, breathing. One more time. Bringing the mind into the body. taking as much time as you need in each position. Maybe you stay a little bit longer. You can catch up to me in the future. Taking it at your own pace and your own mobility. Just because I move into a position deeper than you maybe, doesn't mean that you should be there as well. Work to your own body. It's one thing in exercise, there's a lot of static out there on the internet, and oftentimes we think that we should be doing or able to do or look like other people, and it's just, we are who we are and we'll work from there, and to be happy with that. That's the goal, really. Excellent. Nice flow. Grab some water if you need it. We're going to come into our first little warm-up exercise. We're going to do some inchworms. So you can come back, give yourself some space on the mat here. We're going to vary our movement a little bit. So we're going to start by feet hip width apart here, and then you can just kind of roll down to the hands. You can bend your knees as much as you need here. And we're going to slowly walk out, pressing into the ground to support your shoulders into the plank. And then here, take a second, tuck the pelvis, anchor the shoulders. Remember, we're warming up for our push-ups here, so nice plank position to warm that up. And then you can walk the hands back to the feet. Come up, take a sec. One more, or we'll do two more, we'll do 3 total. Coming down, spend as much time as you want here too, just hanging in, getting the hamstring stretch, decompressing through the spine, walking out into our plank, supporting yourself, anchor the shoulder, tuck the pelvis, and then we'll walk the feet to the hands. You can come into the fingertips here if you need more length, or bend your knees. Yeah, nice. We'll do one more. Then you can choose whether you want to walk the hands back to the feet or the feet to the hands. I feel like walking the hands back can feel easier sometimes. Press, hold, tuck the pelvis. And then come back to that starting position. And nice, easy out of that. Glute bridge marches. We're going to come down to the floor, onto your back. On glute bridge march, we're going to be staying up in that top position. We're going to do 30 seconds here. If you need to come down before that, no problems. We want to feel glutes and abdominals. 2 main things here. So we're going to come, we want the feet nice and close together for this. Arms on the floor, just out from your sides, palms on the floor. We want to start by tucking the pelvis to engage abdominals, feet hip width apart. And then we're going to roll the shoulders back and press up to that top position. We're going to hold that. Oh no, we want feet close together. Just kidding. And then we're going to just extend at the knee. Back and forth between the sides. We're looking to keep the hips up in position and not bobble back and forth. So keep going there. Holding. Like I said, if you need to come down before, no problem. Nice. Last one. And down. Excellent. We'll take a sec here. Breathing. And yeah, we're gonna come into our movements. We're gonna start with our push-ups. So feel free to grab a drink here. We're gonna be doing push-ups from our feet and our hands. If that's something that you still can't do, that's totally awesome. Sometimes it takes a long time for people to work up to doing proper push-up from the hands and the feet. So don't feel like you need to be rushed in this, 7 weeks that we've been working, or 6 weeks prior to this, that you've built enough strength to do a full push-up. That's okay. You can do the variations that we've done before. So feel free to do the push-up from your knees, or you could just do a few eccentric push-ups. If you are going to your feet, don't necessarily go by the timer. Just go to technical failure. So if those hips start sagging, you can't lock in with the shoulders, then it's time to stop. So do as many as you're able to, and then you could just hold the plank for the rest if you want, or just take a break. So we want those hands a little bit wider than shoulders, middle finger facing forward. We want to anchor and rotate. So slight tuck of the elbows towards the sides, rotating opposite with the hands to create rotational tension, torque up the shoulder. We're going to step out, tuck the pelvis, engage abdominals, and then go. Lowering, holding tension as deep as you are able to while pushing back up, but holding that tension across the hips and abdominals. Take it slow. Don't rip out too many. You can really get a lot in 30 seconds, so just take your time with it. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Nice. Last one. Excellent. Whatever variation you did, great job. You can always change your variation in the next rounds. We're going to do 3 rounds, so no worries there. I often find building tension, that supportive tension on the way down, to be at its maximal at the bottom and out of the bottom. And use that breath. Inhaling, exhaling out of the bottom will help you with that abdominal tension. Great work. We're gonna come up, we're gonna move on to the next stage of those hinges. We're gonna do the single leg RDL. So a heavy balance exercise. You can use weights if you want. You can do the first round unweighted, and then come to weights in the next round. Sometimes a little weight, even just like 5 pounds on each side, can help with balance. So whatever you want for you on the first one. And you can also go back to those other variations, the hinge, the reach, and up, whatever you want. We're gonna do one side at a time, 30 seconds each side, with a tiny break in between. So we wanna set the shoulders back, anchor them down, and we're gonna go here. So hinging, bringing that heel up, chest down, and back up. Slight bend in the standing knee. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Lifting the heel up will help with the hinge. Hips going slightly back. We'll do 2 more here. Last one. Great job. If you do falter with your balance, don't rush into it again. Sometimes you can get really frustrated with these. Take a second, stop, reset yourself, take a breath, come back into it with confidence, and you'll do great. We're gonna switch to the other side. Anchor the shoulders, come into that other foot, slight bend in that knee, and go. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Listening to that knee, listening to that connection between the floor and your foot. Should be a lot of hamstrings here. Not a lot of knee bend. Last one. Nice. And you'll know we want to keep most of our weight into the heel and midfoot. So if you're feeling like you're coming all the way into toes, just sit back a touch more. Great job. We're gonna come into the squats next, the goblet squats. So you can just do body weight. You can sit to a chair if you want. We're not doing a pause in the bottom here. We're gonna do repetitions for 30 seconds. And we want the goblet position if we're weighted here into the chest. We're gonna go in 5 more seconds. Feet a little bit wider than hips. Slight out turn. Shoulders back and down. And sitting back and go. Trying to come down to 90. Be nice and active. Not collapsing in the bottom, but being active here. Knees out over the feet. Check in with positionally weight into your feet. It should be even or close to. Nice. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Excellent. I like to just crack the hips back first. That kind of sends our hips in a trajectory backwards instead of moving with the knees first. The knees can come forward, even past the toes, especially if you have the mobility for that. But we want the hips going slightly backwards the whole time. A lot of times we'll stop and we'll do the rest of the movement with the knees. Try and keep sending the hips back the whole time throughout that. Excellent work. Bent over row. So here we're coming to a double weight. We're gonna hold that hinged position, pulling up into the hips for 30 seconds. So anytime you want, you could do a few and then come up for a break from that hinged position if you want. It's up to you. And you can do this body weight. You know, maybe those arms are heavy today. Who knows? And just start light and we can pick up more weight in the next coming rounds. Feet hip width apart, anchor the shoulders back. And we're gonna go here, coming down, hinging. Lots of tension up through the back. Nice and neutral spine here, pulling the head back. Exhale. On the way up, inhale to come down straight. Here, it's a pretty strong position as long as you can hold this nice neutral back here in this hinge. We want to weight into our heels and midfoot. So you can rep out quite a few here as long as you chose the right weight. We don't have to be shy like the push-ups with our volume. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Round 1 complete. Grab a drink, take a second, breathe. We're gonna come back to the push-ups. There's a point in the push-up when you're coming down when the elbows wanna collapse and flare out to the side. Keep them slightly anchored. Feet or hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Anchor the shoulders back. Tuck the pelvis, engaging abdominals. And go. Keep that tension. Holding whatever variation you picked. Even if you're from the knees, same thing. You're controlling the shoulders. They're not coming up into your ears. They're anchored down into the hips. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Excellent. And whatever depth you're able to do, as long as you have good form. And also you could do that eccentric too. So you could be out from the hands or from the feet, coming down. Or you could do 1 push-up. Maybe that's all you can do. and then finish off with eccentrics. It's like choose your own adventure. What do you need? Single leg RDL. Take a sec, take a breath, grab a drink. You can grab a couple of weights. You can adjust from last time, or you can grab weights when you didn't the first time. I'm gonna go in 10 more seconds. Anchor the shoulders. Slight bend in the standing knee. Listen to the ground in between the foot and the ground. And go. Be in that heel and midfoot. Toes down for balance. Slight bend in the standing knee. Nice neutral spine here. Shoulders back. Tension all the way up the back. Last one. Great job. I'm gonna switch to the other side. Take a couple of breaths. 3, 2, 1, and go. Same thing here. Be in that foot. Feel free to touch down when you come back up. Might be a touch of wobbly. Two more. Last one. Great job. If you are finding this quite challenging balance-wise, check with the floor that you're working on. If you're on carpet and maybe even a yoga mat on top of that, that's a lot of instability. So you can move over to the floor in your kitchen, hardwood, linoleum, whatever that is, to do these movements specifically, and you might find a better connection, a more solid connection between the foot and the floor. We're gonna come back to our goblet squats. Feel free to adjust your weight here. Sometimes I find the more weight you get in the front, the more of a counterbalance you have, a counterweight, so you can sit back a little bit more into the hips. We're gonna go in 5 seconds. Anchor the shoulders back, feet a little bit wider than the hips, and go. Strong knees over the feet. Use your breath. Inhale at the top, hold on the way down. Exhale out of the bottom. Keep the shoulders and the head back. Press out of the heels. So many things. 2 more. Last one. Great job, you're slaying it. We're gonna come to the dumbbell bent over row. Breathe. Control your breath. Let the heart rate come down a bit. Grab a drink here. With all this, you're probably drinking more water than you do in a whole day in this exercise with me nagging at you. But that's good. Grab your bent over row weight, maybe adjust that. You can add some more. Feet hip width apart, anchoring the shoulders back. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Hinging, bending the knees slightly, pulling into the hips. Keep the head back, shoulders back, not coming up into the ears here. And we don't wanna feel like we're extending in the hips. Nice and solid as we pull the weight. Pulling from in between the shoulders, lats, behind the shoulder blade. Last one. Great job. We're cruising. Breathe. And take longer breaks if you need. Don't worry if you miss an exercise. You just jump into the next one. It's not a big deal. Listen to your body. If you have, specific heart rate, blood pressure parameters that you want to stick with, work to those and do what you can. We're going to come back to the push-up. Last one, whatever variation you want here, kneeling, eccentric. Mix them up, do a couple from the feet and then go to the knees. Whatevs. Hands wider than the shoulders. Tuck the elbows slightly towards the sides the whole time. Tuck the pelvis, engage abdominals, and go. Inhale on the way down. Exhale out of the bottom. Be strong. Hold those tensions. You're board straight from the heels to the shoulders. No compromise. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Man, you finished push-ups. So did I. Holy Mackinaw, we're killing it. Single leg RDLs. Grab your RDL weight. Whatever that is, adjust it if you need. You can even go down in weight. Sometimes you pick too much weight at the beginning, reel things back in, get the volume that you want. It depends on what you're going for. Anchor the shoulders back, feet nice and close together, and go. Hopefully this is the best round balance-wise. Slight bend in that knee. Keep the weights closer to the body, that knee, not out here. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Take a 10-second break. Switching over to the other side. A couple of breaths. Get your position, anchor, and go. Make any little adjustments you might need. Micro adjustments is what you want. Shoulders away from the ears. It's neutral spine. 2 more. Last one. Excellent work. Goblet squats. Breath here. Pick a weight that's right for you. Challenge yourself though, that's what this is all about. You should feel like you're kind of pushing at the end of these. Going in 5. Strong feet, slight out turn, wider than hips. 3, 2, 1, and go. Strong knees, sitting back into the glutes. Lots of tension through the back. Fight for supported position in the bottom. 3 more. Last one. Yes. Bent over row. We're going to come back to our bent over row weight. Breathe. Last exercise. You weren't sure if you get here, but here we are. Very supported position. Nice hinge at the hip, slight bend in the knees. 3, 2, 1. Sitting down. Exhale to pull. Keep the body nice and still. Head back, neutral neck. 5 more seconds. Last one. Yes. Give yourself a pat on the back. We're gonna come into some cool down here. We're gonna start with a quad stretch, so you can have a couch or a chair, a couple of yoga blocks. If you're tight through the quads, you won't need a very high position. Half kneeling position. The knee that's down, the foot is up. Feel free to grab some water here, obviously, while we're doing this. We really want to anchor the ribs down and tuck the pelvis underneath to engage abdominals. Don't compromise that. If it's too intense, just lower the weight or lower the block on the back foot. And we'll just hang out here for a sec. Breathing. If you need more of a stretch, just squeeze that glute a little bit more, pressing the hip just a touch more forward and reinvigorate that abdominal tension. Great work today. It's hard, challenging yourself. So good for you for showing up and doing that. That's where we improve. This is where things are hard. So hopefully you did that for yourself, wherever that is for you. We'll ease out. You can switch legs. Tall with the torso. Anchor the ribs down, tuck the pelvis, squeezing that glute. And just breathe. Calming the nervous system now, letting go of some of that energy. If you're feeling anything in the workout, something was, quads were on fire, which we're working on right now, so that's good. But you can always do some more stretching or some rolling after this. You can never do enough self-care. And then we'll ease out of that. We'll come down to the floor. We're gonna do a spinal twist to finish off. Just a quick little ditty. Arms can cross, one leg straight, other leg over. The more straight you have that knee, the more stretch you'll feel down the side of the leg. You can bring that in if it's too much. You might feel a stretch through the front of the shoulder as well. This is a great stretch to do every day. In the evening, chilling out. Instead of sitting on the couch, just come down on the floor and check in with the body. You can ease out of that and switch to the other side. As much time as you need there. Nice, and then take your time easing out of that. Great job. You did great today. Take care of yourself, drink some water, do some more rolling, some more stretching. And thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.